Who Dat Nation, what is up? What is good? It is the one, the only Who Dat Davis here for you. And as always, if you don't know, you will know that over here we bleed black and gold until we are dead and cold. And thank y'all very much for checking out today's video. As always, a special shout out to every single person who checks out my content on a regular basis. I see we got some people already in chat from Saints01. They're riding with me ever since he found the channel. I appreciate you, man. We've got a whole bunch of people coming in, filing in. I appreciate you guys. We got a lot to talk about today in day 6, the second day straight of the New Orleans Saints practicing in full pads. It looks like the defense once again won the day. To be expected. I said yesterday, the defense for this team is going to have to show up and show out just as much as the offense. As much as we love to hear these quarterbacks throwing bombs all over the place, if you let new quarterbacks who are still getting acclimated to the system come in here and start carving you up, we've got a problem. Speaking of getting acclimated to the team, if you guys haven't heard yesterday, we have got officially Kwon Alexander officially back on the Saints roster. I am very excited. I'm very happy to hear that Kwon Alexander is officially back with the New Orleans Saints. Demario Davis gets his running man back from last year. They have some unfinished business to take care of around the league. If you don't know who Kwon Alexander is, a former LSU alum guy, the Saints traded for him from the San Francisco 49ers in exchange for a round pick and Kiko Alonso. Saints got the better end of that deal considering where Kiko Alonso is right now. They played 7 games together, and they looked like one of the best linebacker duos in the entire league. Like there was just a match made in heaven. Demario Davis was extremely hyped. He was refreshed to hear that his running back here to New Orleans to play with him again. I'm actually very excited for him. He looked like he just breathed a big sigh of relief. You know, and that's not to the detriment of the newer guys like Pete Werner and Zach Bond. It's just when you have a guy like Demario Davis give you that much praise of Kwon Alexander, and we have Kwon Alexander coming in and fitting in right away like a smooth glove. Like it opened up so much for Demario Davis. Like as a whole on the field, like he looked like he was poised to make first team All Pro in 2020. So I'm very happy that these guys are reuniting again in that backfield. Sean Payton even went on to talk a little bit about Kwon Alexander. It wasn't the fact that they needed an extra linebacker, right? It was more to the fact that they really just love Kwon Alexander as a player and as a person, both on and off the field. So they really just wanted him back. They monitored Kwon Alexander, his rehab all off season, and Sean Payton even talked about how he was kind of getting tired of watching his rehab workout videos on social media. Always the clownster, Sean Payton. Look, he obviously is really loved and respected in that locker room in a short time that he was here. So it was only fitting that Kwon Alexander comes back in the black and gold. He was made to be here. So I'm very happy about that. The linebacker room is looking pretty stout between Demario Davis, Alexander, Pete Werner, and Zach Bond. That first 4, look, the sky is the limit for these guys. And with Demario Davis getting up there in age, there's going to come a time where someone's going to have to step up and take over his place, as fortunate as that is. But we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. There's another Alexander on the team as well. We have signed cornerback Adonis Alexander, a former Washington football team corner who primarily plays special teams. That is due to Keith Washington suffering an injury during yesterday's practice. He landed pretty hard on his arm and wrist. He's going to be out for several weeks. He's officially been placed on the injured reserve list. It's unfortunate. Keith Washington was getting some pretty good looks so far in training camp. I hate to see this happen to him, but it's not season ending. He will be back in a few weeks. I'm pretty sure they're going to waive Adonis Alexander after that for us. So for right now, Keith Washington, if you ever see this, shouts out to you, man. You had a really good camp so far. Hate to see this happen to you. Get back healthy as possible and get back into this lineup and make sure you come back stronger than ever. Everything happens for a reason. Now, with all that being said, it is time to get down with the breakdown, and it is time to officially evaluate what the quarterbacks look like today between Taysom Hill and Jameis Winston. Not much to speak about on either side. We're going to get into the one-on-one drills highlighted by John Kendricks. John Kendricks looked at Ian Book and Taysom Hill. I have some notes here. We got Taysom Hill went 6 for 12 during one-on-one drills. His first incompletion was a Lord John Humphrey. It was just dropped. So the second one was Ty Montgomery. That was an incomplete pass from Marshawn Lattimore in coverage. Lattimore again showing that dominance, no matter who he's going against. He's showing that that he can be a lockdown corner. So far, incompletion to Ty Montgomery. Marquez Callaway versus Ken Crawley. That was an incomplete pass. The pass was a breakup to the sideline, to the right sideline. So shout out to Ken Crawley. I'll highlight him in a little bit. Tommy Lee Lewis versus Brian Poole on a comeback route. It was completed for a reception. He went on a 3-reception streak, honestly, with Chris Hogan going up against newly acquired Adonis Alexander on a shallow left, on a shallow cross to the left sideline. Chris Hogan once again caught a high volume of passes, and once again with Traquan Smith still out due to injury reasons, Chris Hogan got a lot of looks with the first team, and he's showing that he's very reliable. He laid out to catch a pass from Jameis Winston during his time with the ones, and honestly, I'm very excited so far. He's showing very reliable. He's very durable, especially during his time playing gearing up for lacrosse. Right, you had to show that durability, and he's showing he's still got great hands and great speed. He's catching so many passes. I think he's up to double digits at most so far in training camp. You've got Lil John Humphreys going up against Patrick Robinson. It was a completed pass for Taysom Hill during one-on-ones. A really good concentrated catch by Lord Jordan Humphreys. He stayed with it, even though it was initially a bubbled and doubled catch. The coverage was strong by Patrick Robinson. He used that frame to body up the smaller defender, and he ended up with the reception. So good on Lord Jordan Humphreys on that point. He needs to be a little more consistent. Kwon Baker versus Prince Amukamara. That was on an inside slant. Kwon Baker hit a reception for Taysom Hill. And then you got Callaway and Ken Crawley, an incomplete towards the deep right of down the right hash. That was more of a tight coverage by Ken Crawley, who once again showed he looked like he was really good today. Noted in the books. Next one was a Chris Hogan versus Cavarier Russell. That was completed pass. Once again, immediate left. Nice back shoulder turn by Chris Hogan, showing that poise. And you got Lil Jordan be able against Ken Crawley. The pass would break up, but the Taysom Hill had good ball placement here. Good ball placement as Ken Crawley was in better position. You got Marquez Callaway against Patrick Robinson, an incomplete pass, and then finally for Taysom Hill in one-on-ones, Kwon Baker versus Prince Amukamara. It was a completed pass, deep left, near the end zone. And now we got Ian Book. Ian Book is honestly looking like he's going to be QB3. He's looked a lot better than Trevor Siemian, and that's honestly that's a surprise. Actually, not much of a surprise if you've watched Ian Book, but QB3 Ian Book beating out Trevor Siemian to earn a spot on this roster. You know the Saints are going to cut down to 3 quarterbacks during the regular season. It's just a matter of who. And right now, it's looking like Ian Book is going to be QB3 with Trevor Siemian going on the practice squad. He hit 7 for 11 passes during one-on-one drills. He hit Esau Winston versus Cavarier Russell. He hit Jake Lampman versus C.J. Gardner-Johnson on an inside short. He hit Jalen McCleskey on Paulson Adebo. Good coverage by Adebo, mind you, but Jalen McCleskey really, once again, showing off that speed. He's showing off some strong hands. He hit one for Esau Winston versus Adonis Alexander. Down the deep left, down the sideline. He hit Ty Montgomery versus C.J. Gardner-Johnson, a short right towards the sideline, like a short out route. He hit Tommy Lee Lewis. He hit Esau Winston. And that was it for Ian Book. What I've noticed so far from Ian Book, he's showing great poise. He's showing great touch on the ball sometimes, even though he can get a little away from him. It's honestly very encouraging. Now, what about the defensive side? Since defense won the day, what about Paulson Adebo getting an interception off Ian Book? Yes, Paulson Adebo picked off Ian Book to start training camp early on. Really good. He's showing great poise. He stepped up to the challenge when the pass came on. It's like he hit a switch and he hasn't turned it off yet. Shouts out to Paulson and Debo. Continue doing what you're doing, and hopefully you make this roster improve. A lot of doubters out here. Wrong at Debo. I'm rooting for you. I really am. And then we've got Ken Crawley picking off Jameis Winston during full team drills. Jameis Winston ran with the ones. It was a deep route to Marquez. It was a deep ball to Marquez Callaway. Ken Crawley was in position to make a play. It was a tad underthrown, but Ken Crawley had blanket coverage on him, and he ended up getting his head around against Kwon Baker. Excuse me, not Marquez Callaway. Kwon Baker. My fault. Kwon Baker for Ken Crawley. The context for that. Look, when you're a new, it's growing pains, right? A new rookie receiver, Kwon Baker. He tipped off Ken Crawley in terms of when the ball was coming. He peeked back to the quarterback a little early, which allowed Ken Crawley to get in position and make a play on the football. He tried to adjust, but it just wasn't there, and as a result, interception. So that goes on Jameis Winston, but like I said, the context of the matter is it was blank coverage on rookie Kwon Baker. He'll learn better not to look back too early, and then those valuable reps will come, will show itself in time. We got some other notes here. The pass rush was really good. Cameron Jordan and Marcus Davenport had an off day today, so Peyton Turner ended up getting some reps, and he looked really good. I call this little clip here Peyton turning the corner. Get it? Peyton turning the corner. So last name was Turner. Yeah, you see I did it right. But yeah, Peyton Turner showing out. He had 2 or 3 would-be sacks. Not full contact, but he had. I would say, let's say for the sake of it, he had 3 sacks today, and one was against Murphy, an offensive lineman. He literally drove Murphy back into the quarterback, and he forced the sack. That's crazy. That's crazy power. And Murphy is not some rookie, right? Murphy's been in the league for a good bit now. So going up against a seasoned guy like Murphy, a rookie pushing a seasoned offensive lineman back into your quarterback, that's nuts. He sacked Ian Book and Trevor Siemian. He's looked really good during both reps. And I'm very excited for that. I'm happy for him. Peyton Turner is turning heads. Hopefully he can keep up this momentum and not suffer an injury bug, because we're going to need Peyton Turner as much as many people may not originally think this. But Peyton Turner is a guy that's probably the second biggest defensive end on this roster, with Cameron Jordan being the smallest at 6'4". Peyton Turner is 6'6", 6'6". Keep that in mind. I think the largest right now is Tano Passingo at 6'7". Some other notes here. We've got King Cesar. Yes, Cesar Ruiz. He's looking really sharp at the guard position. And shouts out to Cesar Ruiz. He shed 15 pounds. He regained it by just pure muscle. So Cesar Ruiz, putting in all that work to shed off weight and replace with pure muscle, and the results are showing. He's looked really good with his technique. He's picked up on some stunt guys, some extra rushers during full team drills. He's looking like night and day compared to his rookie campaign. And his confidence shows during his interview. I will post Cesar Ruiz's interview immediately following Black and Gold Breakdown podcast. So stay tuned to watch that interview. If you're not going to peep it on the official New Orleans Saints YouTube channel, I will post that for you guys. So, but Cesar Ruiz, I'm very happy for him. He needed this. His confidence is there. He's focusing solely on playing the guard position. That's where he's at. That's where he's getting much more comfortable with. And hopefully that all this momentum and success will carry over into the regular season. I want to see how it looks during the preseason as well. I want to see it with my own eyes. I have yet to actually go to training camp to see the Saints in person, but those things will come with time. The Saints ended up and end up playing a preseason game next Saturday, not this Saturday. But so look forward to that. Some other notes here. So I got some notable absences from Keith Washington to Traquan Smith, and Deontay Harris was not there. I don't know if Deontay Harris's absence, shut up, Siri, absence is related to an injury, but hopefully for the best. Sean Payton went on to say it's not expected to be a long one. Hopefully Deontay Harris is okay. You really need Deontay Harris for the offense. So hopefully whatever he's got going on, it isn't long term. Carl Granderson, he ended up with 2 sacks as well. Carl Granderson came away with 2 sacks. He's looked that like that 277. He looks like he's about 280, maybe pushing it into 290 with how big he is. Like this guy has an insane wingspan, and he's got the size to show it. I've seen a couple of photos on the official New Orleans Saints app, and this guy is swole. I mean, he's swole, guys. He's got me hyped to see what he does in the regular season. He came away with 2 sacks. A very good day so far for the pass rushers of Carl Granderson and Peyton Turner. These two right here can really be the stepping stone, with Cameron Jordan and Marcus Davenport being more in that run and playing more in that run situation, even though you're going to be used for both, right? Sean Payton highlighted that Peyton Turner's pass rush is much better than his run blocking, so he's still got a ways to go. He still has to be able to play the run as well as he's playing the pass right now. So like I said, still got a ways to go, but you like this progression on Peyton Turner. So far, so good. No injury to speak of. He's looking very sharp. He got the chance to go up against 2 Pro Bowl tackles, and Teron Armstead and Ryan Ramczyk. Very happy for him for that. Iron sharpens iron, and that's what we're seeing right here in Peyton Turner. Some other notes here. We got Ascending Adebo. I'm coming up with some pretty catchy names here for these notes of mine. Ascending Adebo, Paulson Adebo. Not only did he get the interception, he's gotten some his coverage, his man-to-man coverage is improving. And I believe they're really counting on Paulson Adebo to show up and show out during training camp, and that's why they threw him into the fire early. Not only with just having him learn the outside and the inside, but they've been picking on him pretty consistently since Thursday's training camp, and by throwing his way a lot. So they're sharpening his mind, they're sharpening his technique, and right now he's responding to it. And then this interception on the day is really going to do wonders for his confidence. Shout out to Paulson Adebo. Hopefully he wins that starting CB2 job. I believe he deserves it. I honestly do believe he deserves it. Not too much to speak of with the linebackers, but like I said a handful of times already, sometimes no news is good news. So Zach Bond ended up getting the rotation this time with the 1s and Pete Werner with the 2s. They're going to go back and forth right there. Not much to speak of with Zach Bond, but yeah. But overall, Ringo and Dalton, they also combined for 1 sack on Jameis Winston. The quarterbacks as a whole, like I said, not the best day, but that's, like I said, like yesterday, it's more to the credit of the defense than it is a detriment to the offense. Like the defense right now is stepping up, and that's pretty much been the mantra as well for Saints training camp as a whole. The defense always gets off to a strong start. It takes a while for the offense to get going, to gel. And some people on social media want to just dog Jameis Winston because he got picked off by Ken Crawley to attempt to pass to Kawhi Baker. To those people, I say just slow your roll, relax. There are some notable quarterbacks around the league that have already gotten more than 3. Patrick Mahomes has 3 interceptions so far in training camp, and Sam Darnold has 12. Think about that for a second. You guys are dogging Jameis Winston. Not all of you, but some of you. But you guys are dogging Jameis Winston for the INT, thinking he's going to regress back into those days where he's throwing 30 for 30. We're coming into day 7 as of tomorrow. He's only thrown 1. Whereas Sam Darnold over in Carolina has thrown 12. Think about that. That's nuts. 12 interceptions in training camp so far for Sam Darnold. Like, come on, man. Come on. Lower Jordan Humphreys was part of the rotation later on in practice. He got a couple of good looks. What about special teams, right? What does special teams have to say about the New Orleans, about what they got going on? Well, they got some gunner pairings. If you got some gunner pairings, meaning of the following. First gunner pair was J.T. Gray and Ty Montgomery. Second pairing was Jalen McCleskey and Paulson Adebo. Honestly, my favorite pairing, two rookies who are two standout rookies so far. Third pairing is Esau Winston and Jake Lampman. The fourth pairing was Juwan Johnson and Kavarie Russell. And the last one is Lil Jordan Humphreys versus P.J. Williams. Honestly, my favorite pairing is Jalen McCleskey and Paulson Adebo. When I heard that Paulson Adebo had a clean release of jammers going down the field to make a play, look, I was already sold that this guy is going to find some way to get on this field, whether it be on defense or special teams. And same thing for Jalen McCleskey. He's had a really good day on special teams and the offense. He's caught a couple of passes. He hit a beautiful double move down the sideline to make a big play. I mean, he streaked down the sideline with a beautiful double move. You don't see that very often. Well, actually, you do. But, with Deontay Harris out, it looks like Jalen McCleskey is going to be answering the call. So, shouts out to Lil Jordan and Paulson Adebo and Jalen McCleskey as well. Overall, I'm very happy with the fact that some guys, like most of the guys, are avoiding the injury bug. The injury bug is going around the league, and it's affected some guys here already. Keith Washington and Traquan Smith. Traquan Smith is a pretty big one, and Deontay Harris as well, but he was already set to miss 2 games potentially. But for the most part, this team's been pretty healthy so far, especially with our pass rushers, our defensive tackles, and you're going to need that. You're going to need your defensive line 100% healthy going into the regular season. You can't afford to have any hiccups right now, not so early on in training camp. Like, it just can't happen. You need these guys to step up. You need these guys to be on their game, their mental game, their preparation, maintain that health as much as possible. Because Cameron Jordan is still getting up there in age, and it looked like he showed his age last year with only coming away with I believe 6, 7 sacks, maybe even 8, I would say. But yeah, you got some unproven talent like Peyton Turner, and so far you got some questions and Marcus Davenport, and those guys right now, they're going to be leaning on a lot along with Carl Granderson. Defensive tackle so far, they're looking pretty good. Jalen Dalton especially. I'm very happy for Jalen Dalton. I am. Coming off of a huge tricep injury, you needed to have another one in the offseason for another complication. And so far, he's looking like he's a shoo-in to make the team, so long as nothing unforeseen happens down the road. So I'm very, very happy for these guys. The defense right now is showing up and showing out. Peyton Turner has a really great smile, guys. He has an amazing smile. He might be challenging Alvin Kamara for best smile on the team at some point. If Peyton Turner's interview gets posted, I'll post that on the channel as well, along with Cesar Ruiz, so you guys can see for yourself what kind of personality he brings to this team as a whole. Let's go ahead and read some of these comments here, man. Oh, yeah, right. Before I forget, I wanted to give a special shout out to Mike Hoss. If you guys don't know who Mike Hoss is, he's a voice of the New Orleans Saints. He followed me on Twitter. He's part of WWL. If you don't know who or what WWL is, they post some great Saints content over there. I will post a link in the description or in the comment section immediately following this video. Mike Hoss, the host of WWL, followed me on Twitter. I lost my mind when I saw that he followed me. Thank you so much, Mike. I hope I get to talk shop with you. All things New Orleans Saints. I love you. I've watched your videos for like the better part of a week ever since I found you in my recommendations, and I've been tuning in ever since. I love your takes. I love you guys. I love what you guys have to say. I would love to have you on the podcast and just talk shop with you if you ever see this. Thank you so much. I'm extremely blessed and fortunate that you thought me worthy enough of a follow. You are a great person, and I'm very excited for that. Now let's officially get down here with these comments. He doing a damn good job, Saints highlights. Hey man, I appreciate that, chemo. I appreciate that, Saints highlights as well. You guys are amazing. Thank y'all so much. It's been a blessing, man. But I get to do that. I get to do a thing that I love. I've loved football since I was a kid, but I've never managed to grow into that football player that I wanted to be. But things happen for a reason. So now I get to do the second best thing that keeps me connected to the favorite sport I've loved growing up, and that is working on this podcast. And that in look, I'm very blessed to have you guys. I'm very blessed. So please button and hit that share button. Make sure you hit the subscribe button if you haven't already, or convince your fellow friends, even if they're not Saints fans, you hit that subscribe button as well. It helps out the YouTube algorithm. It helps out my videos. If you ever want to donate, as always, my Cash App is down in the description, or you want to follow my other social media, that's also down in the description. I'm very fortunate, right? So let's go ahead and read some of these things. They're posted. Yeah, Paulson Adebo had a really good, very fortunate. I'm very excited. I see Smoke. Big Smoke is here. What's going on? Where's Big Smoke at? Let me find Big Smoke. Where we find Big Smoke? I'll probably find Big Smoke at some point. Brandon Cormier saying, "Who that fam? Who that to you, my brother?" Let's go ahead and read. He flipped the switch. That gets that starting spot. Absolutely. When you hear of rookies turning on the switch when pads come on, like normally, some rookies just they take a while to acclimate to certain things, especially when the pads come on. But Paulson Adebo so far is rising to the challenge. I'm very excited for him. Very happy for him. I'm pleased to hear that he's not backing down. We come and don't doubt us. We got a lot of young talent. Look, absolutely. With Jalen Dalton, with Peyton Turner turning heads so far, with Marcus Davenport looking like he's having a really good camp. He's still pretty young. It looks like Kwon Alexander as well. Kwon Alexander is going to be acclimated slowly back into this defense. So they're not going to just throw this man back into the fire. They want to see for firsthand where he's at post Achilles injury. And that's honestly a very smart decision. You already know what he can do when he's on the field. No need to rush him back right away. Smart move by Sean Payton. And Kwon Alexander is still 28 right now. He's 28 years old because of a birthday he had yesterday. So they got a very young defense, a very young and hungry defense. I wonder what's Traquan's injury. They haven't said anything. They haven't said anything yet. They're probably just keeping that on the wraps. They don't want to give away too much. They probably think Traquan Smith is going to be back sometime next week or whatever. But so far, nothing yet on Traquan Smith. Seriously, I know, right? I don't get it. What's going on with Siri? Always talking during the middle of my podcast. It's becoming a repetitive thing. Y'all say it with me. Adebo will shine wearing 29. Hey, Adebo will shine 29. Hey, Adebo will shine wearing 29. Hey, I'm with it, man. I'm with it. He says, Paulson takes number 2. I agree with that. Spec Streaming says good analysis. I appreciate it, Spec. I appreciate you checking out the Black and Gold Breakdown podcast as well. If you're enjoying your time here, hit that like button while you're there, bro. I like it. He also says team will be a defensive run first play action. So sort of like the 2020 Cleveland Browns. And I can understand being a run first. They did a lot of run heavy plays today. On top of that, they ran a couple of base. They started out in the nickel on defense, and then they went back into the base 4-3 throughout the rest of the duration of camp today. In terms of offense, they ran a lot of run plays. And Devontae Freeman got a lot of touches. They got a lot of touches so far in the offense in the run heavy scheme. So they really are showing interest without telling you they're showing interest. They want him on the team, right? Especially when you're running heavy. You don't want to run Alvin Kamara into the ground like Good Morning Football recommended they do, right? If you guys haven't checked out Good Morning Football yet, I like their show, but I don't agree when they said they need to run Alvin Kamara give him 30 plus touches. He doesn't need 30 touches. He's never had 30 touches on the Sean Payton. He's never going to have 30 touches on the Sean Payton. I don't care if they're going without post Drew Brees, because of the fact that you don't want to run your best player into the dirt. And not only that, you don't want to limit the versatility that Alvin Kamara has. So I believe they're setting up Devontae Freeman to go with that 1-2 punch combo with Latavius Murray. They're probably going to use Alvin Kamara in more passing down situations. And that's honestly a smart move. You want to use Kamara right. You don't want to overexhaust him like Christian McCaffrey. Like it's a recipe for disaster. Like, use your other guy. Deontay Harris is going to be hard to stop catching passes out of his slot this season. Let's hope he stays healthy. Youngblood, I agree with you on that. The guy's speed this guy's speed is something else. Not only just his speed, but his shifting ability. I've equated him to being like Tyreek Hill, but he's more shiftier than Tyreek Hill. Tyreek Hill will just blow right by you with his afterburners, whereas Deontay Harris will do that and juke you out of your shoes in the process. So he's a little more polished in his route running, and we're going to need him. We're definitely going to need him. Shout out to Mike Haas. Yes, I'm very excited to see Mike Haas following me on Twitter. It's a major turning point for me. It's a major upside for me. And look, I can't wait to one day talk shop with Mike Haas. I really can. Like, it's got me excited just thinking about it. I think our defense can be top 10 this year. I believe that. I believe they definitely can be top 10. Led by Cameron Jordan and David Onyemata, Demario David Jenkins as well. Like, this defense is young, it's fast, and it's very, very powerful. Not only with Cameron Jordan and Marcus Davenport, but showing that he's got some really good, insane strength to him and some finesse in the pass rush. The Saints were top 10 last year, a top 10 total defense. They were top 8 in sacks. They tied for 5th in scoring defense. So this team is still very built to be a top 10 defensive front, and I'm very excited for that. Mighty Mouse VG says, "Who that? See, my brother." Pete Warner has been looking good in camp. Absolutely. I'm very much looking forward to seeing what Pete Warner does alongside Demario Davis and Kwon Alexander. Like, that's a very, very good linebacker core the Saints now have, and it's brought a lot of relief to the Who Dat Nation, and understandably so. It's not to the detriment of Zach Bond and Pete Warner, but when Kwon Alexander was here, that, like I said earlier, that duo was a match made in heaven. Demario Davis looked like his best. He was able to play free to his maximum potential. He didn't have to carry the load of Alexander Loaning when he was on the field. He was a liability in coverage. So Demario Davis getting his running man back, it sets up so much for everyone else on that, not only in that linebacker room, but the defense as a whole. So I'm definitely excited about that. Trey Quinn has a wrist injury. I thought that was more of a Keith Washington, but if it's a wrist injury, then we could probably see him back fairly soon. We're probably not going to see him this week, but if it's just a wrist injury, I think Trey Quinn will be back next week, picking up right where you left off. And if it's just a wrist injury, then I'm not too concerned. Unless he completely shattered that thing, then nothing else to talk about. Dada Saint says, "Who that? What's going on with you, man? Good to see you here, Dada." We've got It's Poppy 504 saying, "What's good, dude? What's good? Good to see you here. Good to see you here." We'll go down a little bit more. If we read a couple more, we're going to put the link down in the comments for people to get their thoughts and opinions in here. Starting defense: CB1 Lattimore, CB2 Debo, CB3 Cauley, safety 1 Cedric Gardner-Johnson, S2 is Malcolm Jenkins, Williams, Mike Davis, Quan, Werner, Tuttle, Roach, Jordan, Davenport / Turner. That's a pretty good lineup. That is a really, really good lineup. I would say you forgot to put Carl Granderson in there behind Cameron Jordan, but it's still a good list. I see where you're going with it. Let's read one more before we get down to putting the link down in the comments. That I asked, "Is there any truth to hearing about us trade for Denzel Mims?" Absolutely not. I have not heard a single thing. I have not heard a single thing about the rumors of the Saints trading for Denzel Mims. Uh, if there is any truth to it, I'll probably let you guys know in a community post sometime later on today or tomorrow. But as of this point, I've not heard a thing about Denzel Mims. He's still a rookie under contract for the New York Jets, so it's going to be a while before they really let him go. And with Zach Wilson as a new quarterback, they need as much talent around him as possible. Like I don't see the Saints making that move. I think they got what they need in the building right now, especially with Chris Hogan having a really good camp so far. He's looking like he's going to make the active roster for the Saints, and honestly, I wouldn't be mad about that. If he can carry that production on in the regular season like he is right now in training camp, then the Saints will be just fine. I really do believe that. Let me go ahead and put the link down in the comments here, guys. If you guys want to call in, if you guys don't know how to call in, this link I'm putting down in the comment section right now, you guys click on that. It will take you to Melon app, and you follow the basic procedures from there, and I'll bring you on once you're in the room. Let's go ahead and read some more of these comments here while we're rating. You got Jerry Poor shouting out everybody in the chat as always. The OG holding it down, giving the praise, giving the love to the fellow followers here of the B&G Breakdown podcast. You got Damian Green. What's going on, Damian? Always love it, dude. Always love when you comment. He says, I know people don't want to hear it, but our wide receiver position is the weakest. Smith's been injured every single year. Also Harris. The young guys have potential, but haven't proven anything. Just my opinion. Hey, yo, it's not just the opinion; it's also facts. As much as optimistic and hopeful as a lot of us are in these young guys, like you said, like they haven't proven anything yet. Except one of the more established guys right now is Chris Hogan, and if he ends up having any other injury so far in training camp, then the Saints are in trouble. They're going to have to probably call it in and try and make a trade somewhere, or sign a free agent like Golden Tate, or maybe even Alshon Jeffrey if he's still out there. So hopefully any more injuries at the receiver position. Especially with Callaway. If Callaway ends up getting injured, then they're definitely going to have to dip their toes into the free agent market and get a receiver. So you're not wrong, Damien, at all. Like they're not proven. I'm optimistic because of the fact that the Saints are one of the very few teams that actually develops their talent that's in the locker room. They don't need to get a household name like a Jamar Chase or Devontae Smith or a Jalen Waddle. They don't need. They're confident that they can make the most out of the leagues. They are a rags to riches type of team. They've been that way for the longest. So I don't think that philosophy is going to change anytime soon. You know, even though Traquan Smith was regarded as one of the best deep threats during his time at UCF, and he just hasn't panned out that way because of Drew Brees. But I'm very confident in the fact that they can develop the talent they have in the locker room. I really do. I really do. Jalen McCluskey is looking like a really good receiver. Lil Jordan Humphreys, he's gotten a small sample size last year, and he's looking like he's pretty good. He's also slimmed down as well. Let's go ahead and read another comment here by Damien. He asks, how's the progress going with Troutman so far? His route running was highlighted to be even better than it was last year. He's really improved on his route running. So I'm very excited for that. Big Fish is having a really good camp. His run blocking was already the best among all tight ends. And they're working on his route running ability, and so far so good. He's showing that he can run a route as good as nearly anybody, a receiver or otherwise. So shout out to Big Fish. Let's go ahead and get here into the callers, man. Daryl says, sorry, I'm late. Who that? Look, ain't no big deal. I'm just glad you're here, man. Doesn't matter if you show up late or you show up early. But if you're here, you're here. You're showing the support. I respect it. I love it. Thank you so much. We got the OG here. Jerry, what's going on with your brother?
What's going on, Aaron?
Yo, just another day of Saints content. Very excited. Very fortunate. Before we get into Saints content, are you planning on watching the Hall of Fame game tomorrow between the Cowboys and the Steelers?
Hell yeah.
Yes, sir.
Hell to the yeah. Football is back, like I said before. Football is back.
Absolutely. All right, Jerry, what you got for us? What's on your heart?
Well. I like what Trey said in the comment section about Adebo. He's saying Adebo was signed at number 29. I said, I like that.
Yeah, it rolled up the tongue pretty nice.
Yes, it is. But once again, man, I apologize for not being on there Tuesday because, like I was saying, had had family time with my people, man. So sometimes the OG, he loves his Saints, loves football, loves chopping it up with y'all. But when it comes to family, man, your boy got to be there.
Hey, look, no big deal, Jerry. Look, you've been riding with me since day one. I don't mind. Like, I'm not going to hold it against you at all. And whenever you're not here, man, you've been holding it down. You've already proven yourself. You've already proven that support, not only to me, but to everybody around Saints Media. You do you. I'm always going to appreciate you whenever you show up, brother. Always. It's all love and respect over here.
Oh, that's what's up, brother. That's what's up.
All right, so let me go ahead and address this question right here. I'll let you answer it immediately after that and let you get your thoughts and opinions out there. Young Blood asks, who do you predict will be our starting receivers for the first preseason game? That's honestly a good question. A preseason game, I think it's going to be Lil Jordan, Jalen McCleskey, Esop Winston, and Jake Lampman. I don't think we see a lot of Deontay Harris or Traquan Smith because those guys are already proven. You want to see what these other young cats have to bring to the table, and the preseason games are the best time to really what they can give you in real time.
I like that.
All right, Jerry, what you got? What's your answer for this?
Well, I have to agree with what the guy said about the wide receivers starting the first preseason game on next Saturday. So we just have to see what the guy got.
All right, that's big facts right there. I'm very excited to see McCleskey and Lil Jordan. If I had to pick two receivers, I'm most excited about. I want to see how Lil Jordan looks in real time with that slim figure, and I want to see this 4.2 speed of McCleskey firsthand. I've yet to really get to see it in training camp, so it's got me hyped. I'm not gonna lie to you, Jerry. It's got me hyped.
Yeah, I mean, I heard about that Jalen McCleskey guy. That guy's a little speedy receiver. I checked out some of his highlights. I think when it was in college, I believe.
Yeah, dude's got some afterburners. He's had it ever since Oklahoma State. But Jerry, let me go ahead and get your thoughts on this final question. Then I'm gonna let you go. S. Crum asks, do you think the starters are going to play a little more since they only have 3 preseason games? What do you think about that?
Well, the first couple of preseason games, the rookies can show us what they got. I mean, of course, you're always going to see the veterans play, because everybody knows last year we didn't have preseason because of COVID. So, but now they got. So, hey, I'm satisfied with 3 games. So, but I think maybe the first couple of preseason games might see the veterans might play some of the game, but you're gonna see some of the rookies play like the second half of the preseason game. But I think around the 3rd preseason game, that's going to be determined right there to see who's gonna make the 53-man squad. And because sometimes the Saints and other teams, they play a role when it comes to like the preseason game, because if somebody get cut and if somebody's starting and they get hurt, whoever that was in that 90-man squad they had in the preseason, they bring them back so they can fill that role in case the starting players heal up and be ready to go for like during the regular season, because it happened before. It happened before.
Very true. Jerry, as always, is It is a fun time. It is a pleasure to always talk shop Saints with you. Before we let you go, do you have any other comments or questions you want me to address here on the BNG Breakdown podcast?
No, not a whole lot, Aaron. All I can say is shout out to everybody in the chat. Who that to everybody. I hope everybody's doing well. And you know what I'm saying? Like I said, yeah, y'all tune in Thursday night for Pittsburgh Steelers and Dallas Cowboys have a Hall of Fame game because hey, football is back. Like I said before, football is back. We can talk. They can talk about all this other stuff all they want, but when it comes to football season, you better bring your A game.
Yes, sir. Jerry, I'll holler at you next time. Call in anytime, brother.
All right, you take care, brother. And give your grandma my love too, man.
You know, you already know. You already know. Yeah, shout out to Jerry Poor, man. The OG. He's been rocking with the channel ever since it got started. I appreciate him. He's always the guy you just want to share a beer with. You know what I'm saying? So I love Jerry. Shout out to Jerry, man. But to answer this question right here, from my perspective, I honestly think the offensive line, not the offensive line, the offensive starters for the New Orleans Saints are going to play. I say the first quarter. I think the first quarter of every preseason game, and then the rest of it is going to be for the second team and the third team, and then evaluate what they got. Let's go ahead and get the one and only Saints highlights. I've been trying to get him on the channel for a minute. My dude, what is going on? Welcome to the show.
How you doing?
Yo, I'm doing all right, my man. Look, it's a fun time to be a New Orleans Saint. A fun time watching these young cats go out here and make plays, especially in the past. They're not shying away from the challenge. If you guys don't know who Saints Highlights is, this guy is very chill. He's young. He's very intellectual. He makes some great Saints content on his channel. Go show my man here some love. Go hit that subscribe button. And as always, it takes less than 2 seconds to do that. So go show him some support, please. I am advocating for this man as your host of the B&G Breakdown podcast. With that being said, my man, what you got for us?
So, Paulson Adebo, I've noticed that he's been really balling in the camp. So, I'm really excited to see how he does in the preseason and hoping he does well and gets the number 2 corner.
You know, look, Paulson Adebo stepping up to the challenge, man. Well, I noticed that when they targeted him a lot during training camp early on, they really want to put that pressure on and seeing how he responds. And so far, so good. He's responding in the best way possible. He's gotten some really tight coverages. He's forcing the quarterbacks to be as accurate with the football and their placement as possible. And he's interception, so the confidence is going to go up for Adebo. So I definitely agree with you on that. All right, man. You got anything else for us? What you got? Go ahead, man. The time is yours.
I don't think I have anything more. Thank you for welcoming me on your podcast. I really enjoy your podcast. Keep doing what you do. You know a lot of Saints stuff. So see you later, man.
All right, young cat. I appreciate you coming on, man. No. It's all good, man. Look, it's all good. I appreciate you coming on and getting your thoughts out there. Even no matter how brief it is, you've always shown, from what I've seen of your channel, you're a very passionate Saints fan, like anybody else here, no matter the age or stature. So, shouts out to you. Much love to you. Keep doing what you're doing on your channel. You know you got my support here. You know you got TJ's support as well. So keep doing what you're doing. I'll be watching, man. I'll be watching.
All right. See you later, man.
See you later. Yes, sir. You too. Yeah, that's a young cat right there. Saints highlights. That dude is very that young kid right there. He's going places with that channel, man. He's going places. If you guys like Fortnite, go ahead and check out my man Saints highlights. You guys like some Fortnite. I caught his Fortnite stream the other day. He looked like he knew what he was doing. And that's part of why this is so fun. You got young guys like Saints highlight on here and expressing their love for the team, doing highlights. Like a guy a kid his age, it sounds like he's very young and very intelligent. A kid of his age, showing his intellect and this ability to make Saints content. it's very refreshing, and it's pretty much inspiring. It made me regret not doing something like this when I was younger and growing up, watching the Saints during that 2013 and 2016 era. I was honestly, I wish I did what he was doing. So he's putting his energy into something that he's very passionate about. So shout out to Saints highlights. We got a third caller here. Derai, what's going on with you? Welcome to the show.
What's going on, my guy? How you doing? Who that to you, man?
Who that, man? Look, it's a blessed day. Like I said, Saints content is just finally here. Football is finally here. The buzz is here. Everybody's getting a little bit of normalcy in this whole COVID craziness going on out here. It's very fun to see all the smiles, all the topics. I can't stop smiling right now, even for tomorrow's game. That's how excited. That's how exciting football is to me. So, with that being said, what you got for us? Go ahead. The floor is yours.
First of all, man, let me take my hats off to you, man. I watch a lot of your content on YouTube, and the breakdowns that you do are so precise and so direct and so on, man. I take my hats off to you, because that shows one thing, that not only that you admire the game, but you're a student of it. And that's, man, that is so admirable, brother. That is so admirable. But let me get to where I'm going right now, because I've been excited many a times about the Who Dat Nation and everything that we have to offer, especially during the times of the Drew Brees era, because I really knew that we had something, as far as a football team. However, I did get kind of complacent because of the fact we had Drew Brees, and I didn't give the respect that the staff and Sean Payton and everyone that works in that office deserve for what they put together. And seeing it from this aspect, now that you don't have Drew Brees, the Saints, they just reload, man. They just reload. They don't go through what are we going to do now? They just reload, and they think about it in advance to bring it to the forefront. One of the things that I feel is really attractive about it, when you make the decision to move Ty Montgomery back to receiver, and then you bring in Freeman. First of all, what I don't think that the Who Dat Nation have really understand, man, you just brought in a three-headed monster right there. Because now you have Kamara, now you have 28, and you have Freeman. That's a three-headed beast by itself. All right?
Absolutely.
Now when you think about it from this perspective, we're gonna put Ty Montgomery back in receiver. When you throw this man the ball and he turns to go upfield, he's no longer a receiver; he's a running back.
Yeah, that's true. Look, shouts out to the staff. Like you highlighted that we really took Drew Brees as his pillar for the New Orleans Saints going for since his time coming here in 2006, and for a lot of the reasons why he changed the culture, not only on the field but off the field as well. He's touched a lot of people, and his star was so bright. We kind of neglected everything else that built up number 9. So the Saints coaching staff is built on adversity, and they don't get enough credit. So I definitely on that. And the monster, I got reminded of this yesterday. The Saints haven't had a three-headed monster since the Super Bowl run with Reggie Bush and Pierre Thomas and Mike Bell. I forgot Mike Bell was part of that whole trio, but I got part of that whole trio because I with what Bush and Pierre Thomas was doing, especially Thomas as an undrafted running back. I didn't have much expectations off of that. So shouts out to Mike Bell. I apologize for not giving you just due credit, but with Devontae Freeman so far, he's gotten quite a bit of looks so far in training camp. He's gotten a lot. That says to me, Sean Payton wants this man on the field at some capacity, and we're probably going to see him on the field at some capacity. So they're really gearing up for a run heavy offense. Going to use the Kamara more in the screen game. You got that 1-2 punch with Freeman and Latavius Murray, with even Alex Armour playing the fullback position. So, my final question to you is: if you're looking at all these undrafted guys, these rookie guys, who's standing out to you so far?
The kid from Tulane, man. The speedster, the burner.
Jalen McCleskey.
Yeah, man, his desire. You know, one of the things that I admire about the coaching staff is the people that they're bringing in have a desire for the game. It's not about them, it's about the game. And these kids love the game. So that guy there, he is definitely doing his thing. And I wish him well, because believe it or not, we need a second person that can stretch the field. I love it. And before I go, man, Paulson Adebo. Oh my goodness. Man, if that boy solidified that spot, I knew he was good. I knew he was a dog. But man, if he solidifies that spot, that kid's a baller.
Yes.
For real.
Seen us in Stanford, absolutely. Looking forward to seeing what Paulson Adebo does on the field. Same thing with Jalen McCleskey. It all comes to a head, and all this culminates on when they get on the field and they see what they look like. So definitely got my eye on those two. But thank you very much for calling in the Black and Gold Breakdown podcast. You're your favorite here. You're appreciated here. Much respect to you. Call in anytime, brother. Who dat?
Yes, sir. Who dat, my man?
Yeah, shouts out, man. Look, shouts out to the coach staff as well. He made great points about the coaching staff. They get overlooked a lot during that Drew Brees era, but they're battle hardened. They're tested, gone through a lot of adversity, especially with some changes with Dan Campbell now away in Detroit. You got a next caller here, my man Last Saint, been here since the beginning. What's going on?
What's good with you, man? How you doing?
Yo, today's been a great day. Got some pudding and sleep, got some food in my system. Now I'm just gearing up to watch the game tomorrow between Pittsburgh and Dallas. What you got?
Hold on 1 second, bro.
Take your time. Take your time, brother. Damien says, don't get too excited about seeing stuff on paper. This isn't Madden. At the end of the day, we still have to hit the field. Hey, yo, absolutely. Especially Ty Montgomery. He has to show that even though he was a good serviceable running back last year, he has to show a little more in the receiving game. So I'm definitely with you on that, Damien. Definitely with you on that.
I'm back.
No, you good?
Pleasure to be here, man. I've always seen you on different podcasts, but this is my first time hopping into your show personally. And you're doing a good job, man. Promise
Hey, I appreciate it. Look, it's a great time to be a content creator. I'm very blessed to do a thing I'm passionate about. It was the second thing on my bucket list, and TJ helped me realize that I should really pursue a channel that wasn't going anywhere in terms of gaming content. So I repurposed it, and now here I am. So very fortunate to be in this position.
Right, man. Right.
All right, my brother. As always, my question to you: what's your takeaway from today's practice with the Saints?
Man, my takeaways from the practice, man, is basically the Paulson Adebo, bro. that's the name you keep on hearing shout out. We definitely need help, man. Defense definitely has to be sharpened as well too, because you see how it goes, especially in the playoffs, man.
Yo, absolutely. There's always some kind of heartbreak when it gets to that postseason. Like the regular season, they end up we're being looked at as one of the best in the league, if not the best in the NFC. And then when they get it's fall off. So hopefully, Paulson Adebo can help cure that curse for the New Orleans Saints as a whole. But speaking of the defense. I don't know if you have your eye on the linebackers for the New Orleans Saints, but it looks like we've got Kwon Alexander back. We've got and we got Pete Warner and Zach Vaughn on the come up. So what do you think the starting three is going to be for the linebacker core?
Bro, my thing is this. From what I've been hearing from I'm gonna just say it, camp secret intelligence, man. Pete Warner, bro, a rookie, man. He sounds like he's about to go off the chain. I've been hearing that he's really smart with play coverages, really smart in analyzing offensive details and things like that. Um, it feels like Zach Barnes is learning slowly but surely. My thing with Kwon is when he gets in the game, you already know how he is. Definitely top five
Exactly.
linebacker. It's just the fact that is he gonna stay healthy or not? You know,
Yo, that's absolutely so. That goes back to what I'm saying. Shout out to Sean Payton, making sure they're treating Kwon Alexander right, not rushing him back into anything. You don't really need to see anything in training camp because the fact that he was already able to come into the Saints week one of practice and take away majority of Alexander Zaloni's snaps at the nickel position and even just contribute, help elevate this defense as a whole. Like, not very many linebackers can do that. You have to be completely on your game and have completely top end elite instincts to really be an instant impact like Kwon Alexander has, and really helped unleash Demario Davis and his responsibilities as well. So that's one of the many reasons why many of us in the Who Dat Nation really valued and wanted Alexander back. So I definitely agree with that. I'm looking forward to seeing that duo, that tandem working some magic, especially week one where you're going up against the Green Bay Packers.
right? Correct. Because my thing is this: we got two dynamic linebackers whenever they get in, Demario Davis and Kwon. So when they get in, they pretty much wreak havoc on the run game or the main coverage. And what I'm really excited about is the fact that I've been hearing a lot of good things about P. Werner too. Because I mean, if Kwon so happens to get injured, I feel like they can just insert Pete in, and he can do his job. He can replicate. I won't say replicate because he's a rookie, but I can say that he'll be able to slide into the game perfectly. I just hope that our quarterbacks can handle the business because it was really terrifying to see Janoris Jenkins leave because I'm like the right side or the left side of the field, whichever side that Marshawn Lattimore isn't on, that side is going to get blown up. Because true fear is seeing PJ Williams as the cornerback guarding somebody. Because every time a quarterback with a cannon throws that ball, is right on PJ Williams.
Yo, that's some scary stuff right there. So the fact that I feel like with Marshawn Lattimore stepping his game up, because normally it would take a couple of weeks for Marshawn Lattimore to get going, even in training camp, let alone during some couple of preseason games, or even we were probably expecting him to really come on in like weeks 2, maybe even 3, sometimes even 4 before he really shows that elite ability we all know he has. And with Chris Richard, it looks like he's brought out some new intensity in Marshawn Lattimore on top of his whole deal of wanting a new contract with the Saints. It looks like he really just wants to stay here, and he's in his contract year, so he's really going to have to show up and show out, especially with the fact he may be missing some time pending a potential suspension. So he has no time to really rest on his laurels. He has to show that he's serious, and he needs to show that he can be a lockdown corner. He's already gone on a record to say that he sees himself as one of the very best corner in the league, and that's a pretty big claim with some of the corners out there. And Jalen Ramsey, or Jair Alexander, Marlon Humphrey, Tre'Davious White. He's trying to put himself over that kind of company. So hopefully he'll be able to walk the walk instead of talk, and as well as talk the talk. So hopefully Paulson Adebo can rise up to the challenge and earn that CB2 spot. I've watched a little bit of him during his time in Stanford. From what I've understood, he was regarded as one of the top corners if he was to declare for the 2020 NFL draft coming out of the 2019 season. So that really hurt his draft stock. So we got a potential top end corner for a 4th round pick, or was it either a 3rd or a 4th rounder? I think it was a 3rd round pick, a late 3rd rounder. But yeah, these two cats, they got both these guys have a lot to prove in their own right. So hopefully, just hopefully, we can only hope. We can only
Yeah, we
hope.
can.
All
And we
right,
got
man.
hope that they hope they can believe in it too, because we got another guy. I forgot his name. He's a wide receiver. I think he's undrafted. His dad is a coach. He's one of the Saints coaches.
Jalen
You know what I'm talking
McCleskey.
about? Yeah,
Jalen McCleskey.
I thought it was really interesting. I listened to one of his interviews, and what I love about our undrafted guys is, they play harder than the undrafted guys sometimes. You know, and this guy, he's saying that he's faster than Deontay Harris, and I'm like, you sure about that? That's what you want to see. You want to see and see that type of stuff, that type of belief. And I mean, what's your thoughts on the quarterbacks, man? I don't know if you heard my take, bro, but I'm like one of these Taysom Hill Zellians, man.
Yo, I'm definitely Team Jameis, but it's an interesting perspective. We're definitely about to talk shop a little bit more between these two quarterbacks. But for right now, I'm definitely leaning more Team Jameis. But it's too early and too close to call who's really in the league right now. I would say with the context of everything and the context behind the stats and the numbers, I still say Jameis a little bit, but Taysom Hill is giving him a real run for his money right now. So hopefully these two continue to improve either way, because let's say Jameis ends up being QB1. Either way, Taysom Hill doesn't really lose much. He's still going to be featured in the offense at some capacity. He's still a dynamic playmaker as a football player. And now with him learning a little more of the quarterback position and him cleaning up his throwing mechanics, and then you can see an 80-20 or maybe even 70-30 type of split between he and Jameis Winston. And that gives the defense a little more to try and contend with outside of just the usual QB powers or quarterback sneaks in red zone or yard shortage situations.
Right, that's true. But I don't know, man. People just saying like, oh, I'm tasting this, tasting that. Bro, I support either one, man. The last 3 years really ate me up because I'm like, please retire Drew Brees or something like that. Please put him on the bench, especially last year, man. That's why I was so sad. Not sad. That's why I was so mad that Taysom was injured, bro. Because I was like, dude, just put Jameson. I'm sure if we put Jameson in that Chiefs game or Jameson in that Tampa Bay game, we would have had a chance because you got all these speedsters and they can't run down the field. Sometimes I just think that Tom Brady's, he's got some steroids in that 12 shake that he has, man. Because for him to throw the ball down the field and Drew Brees not to is really scary. That's why I'm excited for Taysom or James, because they can finally throw the deep ball. I mean, Traquan Smith, he can run. He can get down that field, especially you got all these different aces in different positions. And I'm hoping that Chris Hogan gets drafted. He gets to be a Saint, because we definitely need somebody mean in a slot. And if you got a guy, have you ever seen people play lacrosse before?
I've seen a couple of highlights. I haven't really watched lacrosse all that much, but if Chris Hogan ends up making his team, I'll definitely have to give lacrosse a better look.
Yeah, lacrosse is a mean hitting sport. And for a guy aged up like Chris to be back in the NFL, that speaks a lot of volumes too. So definitely with that in part, I think honestly, man, I think Taysom Hill's gonna win the job, bro. I just think it is, favoritism with Sean, and the fact that he knows the system more. I always give Taysom Hill an excuse because last year was pretty much the rookie year. It was really odd. He didn't really beat anybody. He beat the Falcons back to back and the Broncos. I don't know what the hell happened with the Eagles game. There was many opportunities to blow them out. But I'm really excited. And on part with the defense, man, I just hope our defensive ends get pressure, bro. Because it's like it goes back to that same story of relying on the defense to make the game winning stop. And I just hope that our rookie defensive end, I think he's going to wreak havoc. I'm not sure about that interior line yet because David Ayamana is out for being an idiot. But regardless to everything else, man, I just hope everything works out in favor of us, especially on this 17 game. We got. And football is back, man. Football is tomorrow.
Absolutely.
I can't wait.
Looking forward to that one. That's probably going to be the most watched. It's probably going to be the most watched game this year because of everything that's went on in the offseason. But as all Saint, thank you very much for your call, brother. I love you, Tate. Your points on Taysom Hill is pretty interesting. We're definitely going to have to. I'm going to have to bring it back on the show to have a little debate between Jameis Winston and Taysom Hill as a whole. I think it's going to be a really interesting. It's going to be a real interesting conversation.
I know everybody going to war with me, man. Yo, look, you watch PRO Media, man? Big Q.
Yeah, I started watching him last night. I found his channel.
Look, I was 4 for 4 with Taysom, man. I said Taysom Hill was going to start last year. I said all these things, bro, and I'd be having everybody going down my neck. So it's going to be real fun to see who starts. But yeah, man, keep it up. Keep posting, man. I don't know what's up with like football YouTubers, man, but it seems like the grind is like a big grind. So keep it up, get your subscribers, man, so I can hit that donation button.
Hey, yo, you know that's gonna happen. But hey, if you ever wanna donate, as always, my Cash App right down there, and it's down there in the description. All that money is put towards my savings, so I can get some better equipment working around me. My first step is probably get a double monitor or to help with or even a second camera or a microphone. I got a whole list here, so if you ever want to donate to that, Cash App's down there in the description anytime, but it can be anywhere from $10 to so much as $1. I'll appreciate all of that. But always, thank you very much for your call, brother. Call in next time. If you want me to put your name down on my list here to be nominated for a special guest of the week, let me know. I'll definitely do that.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, got last Saint special guest of the week. What I'm gonna do is a week before it happens, I'll do a randomizer, and then I'll announce the winner that next day, and then we'll set something up, right? So hopefully the luck of the draw is in your favor, and let the best man win, brother.
All right, no problem, man. Have a good day.
You too, man. Stay blessed. Who that?
Who that?
The Last Saint. There we go. Shouts out to the Last Saint, man. Shouts out to the Last Saint. And we got we got a Falcon fan, y'all. It's my man Joshua. Hold on. Let me get Joshua in here. I want to get Joshua on this show for months. Joshua Neal, a guy I went to school with, he is an Atlanta Falcons fan. So let me get him in here. Joshua, there's the link for you. Go ahead and click that. Get on in here. Let's talk a little bit about the Atlanta Falcons and the New Orleans Saints. This is going to be a very interesting conversation. Like I said, guys, I've been wanting to get him on here for months. But for right now, let's read a couple more of these comments. Damien says, I know a lot of people didn't like the Prince signing, but people felt the same way about the Apple signing. The Apple came in here, played damn good before he got injured. He played pretty good, but the thing about Eli Apple was he was too consistent. Like sometimes he would doubt himself if he was in the right position or not. If he turned his head around, and I'm not gonna hold the injury against him, right? Because injuries happen in the league. It is what it is. But the fact that he was a little inconsistent in just his confidence, right? He had all the tools. He never put it together mentally from what I've observed during his time here with the Saints. Chris Richard's been doing good work with that defense also. Absolutely, brother. Absolutely. I haven't seen too much from Chris Richard personally, but it looks like he's got Marshawn Lattimore's head in the right position. But we got my main man from Georgia, Josh. What's going on, dude? Finally got you on the show. Oh, he gone. Jerry, did you chase off my man? You just chased up. Dude, why did you chase off Joshua, man? Come on. Don't do that. You ain't had to chase off Joshua. Oh, there he is. Josh, what's good, dude? Finally good to hear from you.
Oh, you already know. Just got off work not too long ago.
Oh, how was work, brother?
Working, struggle.
Hey, yo, like I said, everybody in the Who Dat Nation, this is Josh, Atlanta Falcons fan, Georgia Bulldog fan. Like me and him been chopping it up every season about our respective teams. Every year, I had this man on hush mode because he wants to talk all lot of noise when the Atlanta Falcons crap the bed. I had to put his face on a milk carton. But Josh, I'm glad to hear that you're doing good. What do you have to say about the offseason so far for your Atlanta Falcons? I know you guys got Kyle Pitts involved early on. He's made a couple of big plays during training camp. What you got for us?
Honestly, about that.
Uh-oh. Come on.
For one, they fucked up on the draft. The reason why the number 4 draft pick, everybody's been dishing out on Matty Ice. The thing is, it's not just Matty's fault. We have no offensive protection. The offensive line sucks ass.
If I was really bad, I wouldn't have this here.
Like, don't get me wrong, we got a set defense. Not strong, but set. It's just we have to have, for us to able for the passing game and our running game, we have to have a set offensive line.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I mean, don't get me wrong, we have Kyle Pitts now. Okay, that would have been a good matchup, but now we just gave up one of our top wide receivers for what, draft picks?
Sounds like it. I haven't heard too much about the trade for Julio Jones, but it sounds like it was
draft
used
picks.
to.
That's what they got as draft picks.
It sounds like they gave up. They cleared a lot of cap space, so it's not all that bad, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, hey, I don't get me wrong. Last Saints, they do need to start over. Ever since they lost the Super Bowl, giving up a 25 unanswered point deficit, they've been going downhill ever since.
It's crazy. It's crazy when you put that, we keep that in perspective. Crazy. But
we just also fired freaking a head coach that took us to the Super Bowl. Now we got a brand new head coach, brand new rookie as a tight end that they can easily put as a tight end or wide receiver. But giving up, the only fast wide receiver we have right now will be Calvin Ridley. And him already being injured.
Oh, he's injured already in training camp?
He was injured right before training camp. During draft, he got injured.
Uh-oh. But I seen some highlight footage of Calvin Ridley in training camp yesterday. So it looks like he's
healthy though.
Looks like he's kind of recovered.
Yeah.
But listen, Josh. As always, thank you. I appreciate hearing from you, man. We definitely need to chop shop on Facebook, man. I need to get in touch with you more. We definitely need to hit up some time together. I need to go down there and visit your family sometime. We need to share a beer together. We definitely need to share a beer together sometime, especially on a football Sunday. Hit me up on Facebook later, Josh. I'll probably be free to talk to you. Yeah, take it easy. Who that to you, Josh? Yo, shout out to Josh, man. Look, everybody did that's what it's about. All right. I don't care if you're Falcons. I don't care if you're repping the Bucks, the Panthers, the Packers. I don't care what colors you're repping. Whether you're a Saints fan or not, just being able to talk football, get perspectives from different teams. As long as you're coming in here and you're respectful of everybody, that's all that matters to me. That should matter to every one of y'all. I see a couple of y'all commenting down there saying you shouldn't be here, get a Falcon out of here. I'm definitely not a Falcons fan. I'm definitely not a Falcons fan by any stretch of the imagination, but me and Josh go way back since high school days. He's been there for me in my darkest days. So let's be a little more considerate of Joshua and the fact that there are some pretty credible Falcons fans and non-Saints fans out there. They just want to come in and just talk shot football. And I want to expand my knowledge of the game outside of just Saints content, even though Saints content is always going to be my primary thing here. I like talking shop with other people, getting their perspective, just really connecting with the NFL community, just like I'm connected with you guys. So so long as they're keeping it respectful, they're keeping it 100 with everybody here, let's go ahead and show them the respect and the courtesy they're due, especially with my man here, Josh. He's had it pretty bad already in an abusive relationship with the Atlanta Falcons. All right, so let's keep it for real. So long as they're keeping everything cordial, right? Let's go ahead and read a couple more of these comments here. We're going to go ahead and get up out. Saints 01 says, I keep missing Paulson and Debo talk. He my dark horse locked down for corner. Look, Paulson and Debo's having a really good camp so far. I really appreciate he's stepping up to the challenge when the pass came on. I understand. You guys spit my mind. I hate the Falcons and Cowgirls with passion. Nothing to do. Yeah, hey, I understand that, brother. I understand that. Hey, ain't nothing wrong with that. I can't stand the Falcons. I can't stand the Vikings as a team. I can't stand the Falcons or the Vikings. I understand. So just that's not just to you as well, Damien. That's for everybody. Like if they're not coming in here or they're not throwing a fit or nothing, then let's just have a fun conversation. If they want to come in here and act crazy, or they want to act like their heads are cut off, then what I'm saying. Well, then we'll have that conversation, and y'all. I let y'all do what y'all will. In terms of roasting, like we'll have a good roast session. All right, let's read a couple more here, and then we're gonna get up out of here. Debo will shine, no doubt. Is Paulson our nickel corner? Paulson Debo has been getting some reps not only at the corner position but also the nickel corner. So it remains to be seen where they're going to put Paulson Debo. It looks like he's going to be more an outside corner, but being able to play inside if it calls for it, or for some reason, if anyone like CD Deuce goes down to injury, they're probably going to get him on the inside. It sounds like he's responding well to both positions. So with Paulson Debo, don't know yet, but for right now, I think he's going to be outside corner with the inside versatility. Yeah, he shined already. But what's about that vaccination thing? Honestly, I think that's a decision that he should be allowed to make. As much as a lot of us believe the vaccine will do some good, the NFL PA just put out to all things that they're going to recommend to the NFL that all vaccinated players get tested every time they come into their respective facilities outside of bye weeks or days off. So it looks like the Delta variant's going around and it's increasing numbers, and now the NFLPA is probably going to take away that competitive advantage from all teams, especially since a handful of people so far around the league have tested positive for COVID, and they still got and despite the fact they got vaccinated. So at the end of the day, I'm not going to knock Paulson Debo for not getting vaccinated. As I said yesterday, there are plenty of other ways for a guy to maintain his health and be respectful of everybody around him. If he follows protocols, he's not doing anything crazy to contract COVID, then I'm not gonna knock him for it, like at all. I really not. We read two more here. We're going to get on. Go ahead and get on out. He's Saints 01 says he's been working outside corner as well as nickel, but I seen him grinding in that outside spot. I see Kwon and Werner getting a lot of rotation to keep them healthy through a stretch of 7 games. I absolutely agree with that. With Pete Werner and Kwon Alexander getting that rotation, the sky's the limit for that linebacker core. Keeping their legs fresh, minimizing the chance of injury for these two guys to expand to through the whole 17 weeks. It's very encouraging and it's very optimistic, and hopefully that's the plan for Sean Payton going forward with Kwon Alexander, because you're definitely going to need him for the postseason, assuming that they get there. Hopefully they get there, but let's go ahead and read one more comment here. One more comment from Damian Green. Quick question. What do you think about the future of Michael Thomas? Michael Thomas's future as of right now is pretty much assured. There's nothing that can really tip my hat to say Michael Thomas is going to be traded or cut for any reason. Michael Thomas just had a freak injury during week 1 of last year, and it just he tore his deltoid. If you guys don't know what the tearing a deltoid is like, go check out PJ Jones talking with, I believe, a physician on his podcast. He gives great insight on what it is to tear other ligaments in your ankle. The tearing a deltoid, you really have to bruise that thing, because it is a very durable bone in your foot. And Michael Thomas tore that when he got rolled up on. So as far as the whole surgery thing goes, I don't think that was more so on him. I think that was what he was recommended, and he didn't really like it, but he went along with it anyway. Either way, I think Michael Thomas is going to have a good season when he comes back off of injury. This guy's going to be hungry. He's still got a lot to prove. A lot of people are doubting him. He's not talked about as much in the conversations of top wide receivers anymore. And we're talking about a guy that won Offensive Player of the Year in 2019, and not many receivers, if at all, has won that award from that position. So Michael Thomas is a generational talent, a very quarterback-friendly receiver. He can run any route on the route tree. He's deceptively fast and quick off the line of scrimmage. He's got a large catch radius as well. I don't think the Saints are going to do anything to Mike Thomas other than see where he's at and get him back on the field as quickly as possible and make sure he's able to contribute a post-Brees era. They're going to need Michael Thomas. Now that Drew Brees is gone, they're going to need him. And the Saints are 8-1 so far without Drew Brees. He's looked really good with Teddy Bridgewater and Taysom Hill throwing him the football. So imagine what Jameis Winston would potentially look like under an arm like Jameis. You know what I'm saying? So people need to keep that in perspective. Did you hear Sean sign Kwon back? Got tired of seeing social media? Yeah, I heard about that. I did. I think we'll have no issue getting a quarterback this year off the edge. We have getting to the quarterback this year. We have huge depth. Absolutely. I'm very positive about Cam Jordan bouncing back from a mediocre year to Peyton Turner showing up and showing off so far in training camp. Even Marcus Davenport, he's looking like he's really his game, not only just from what he's sounding like and what I'm hearing so far out of training camp. Even though you can't put too much stock in it right now, you have to see what they do on the field and they can get that far, right? So far so good. I'm keeping my expectations lowered because freak accidents or injuries happen at any point in time you step onto the field. So yeah, but that's it. That's all for today's edition of the Black and Gold Breakdown podcast. Thank you guys so much. You guys have been a blessing. It was really good to hear from you guys and your perspectives on the teams, your perspectives on training camp. Make sure you're hitting up one of my social media, either my Facebook, my Instagram, or my Twitter. My Facebook is facebook.com, search Black and Gold Breakdown. Or if you're wanting to following my Instagram is WhoDatDavis. Or you want to hit up my Twitter, I'm mainly on Twitter, or you can go ahead and hit my Twitter up at Real Aaron Davis. All of my social media handles are in the description below. In order to qualify to put your name, to have your name be put down in my special guest of the week list when I'm doing my drawing sometime soon, you have to be following not only my YouTube channel here, but you have to be following one of my social media as well. So once you do one of those, you can hit up my DMs on Facebook or my DMs on Instagram or Twitter, and make sure you let me know what name I'm writing down, because sometimes some names will be different on different platforms. And I'll put your name down, and we'll do that drawing, and we'll set something up. But thank y'all so much for coming in and enjoying the Black and Gold Breakdown podcast. Hit that like button, hit that share button, share my platform around with your fellow Saints fans, your non-Saints fans. Let's have some good content together. And as always, it's Black and Gold until we dead and called. I will holler at y'all tomorrow for day 7